false flags. Russia will have that evil thought first and foremost. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahak, Wadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom Barakathum. Russia warns the West is planning a false flag attack on nuclear power plant. And we know that this is the third woe being primed up. We already can see the stage is basically set. The major players of World War III, we're just waiting for that event to take place, to really ramp this thing up. Now, it says Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned that the West is planning a false flag attack on the Zaporozhye, if I say that correctly, Zaporozhye nuclear power plant in order to ignite a world war with Russia, which they've been trying to do, okay, for decades now, okay? So this is a multipolar battle, okay? You got America supposed to take on the north side of Russia. Israel is supposed to take on, Iran. And I believe at one point the British were trying to make their way into China and the Hong Kong area. Okay, so you can kind of see the Western powers allying against the Eastern powers. Okay, and this is the same exact thing happened in World War I. Okay, you had the Central Powers versus the Allied powers. Okay, and in World War II you had the Axis powers versus the Allied powers. Okay, and things have shifted a bit, but we're back. Okay. Now, if they do something, this is where Chernobyl happened, by the way. You can see that here. Okay. Now, if they do something like that, and then America ends up, invoking Article 5, which they shouldn't be able to do unless they attack a country that's in NATO, and Ukraine is not in NATO. But if there's nuclear fallout, okay, and let's say it falls into Poland or a surrounding NATO country, all right, like Hungary or something like that, then America has the right on paper to invoke Article 5, okay? And we know the scriptures speak about America getting brought down a peg by the Russians, okay? It says, let me go to Revelation 11 real quick, okay? Because some brothers may not know that as I was watching Apostle Tahar go into this, America is going to get hit, with an initial strike, okay? And then they're going to be finished off with thermonuclear destruction, okay? It says, Revelation 11, okay, and 12, all right, it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended up to the heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So we know that that's the deliverance, what Esau tries to go into as the rapture, okay? That's what's going to happen, okay? And watch when it happens, okay? Not a 7-year tribulation on the earth after this, okay? It says, and the same hour was there a great earthquake, okay? And the 10th part of the city fell, okay? So how does the 10th part of the city fall from one earthquake, man? Okay, that's going to be a nuke, okay? And it says, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, which we know that represents a complete number, okay? So a lot of you are just gonna go in that first wave, boom, okay? And it says, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High of heaven, okay? We're gonna look down, you're gonna be like, damn, because it's gonna be a very frightful thing, man, okay? And when you go down, okay, when you go to Revelation, I'm sorry. Let me go to Ezekiel real quick. Ezekiel 38. If you go down to verse 10, because up top you can kind of see the armies, okay, that are gathering together by Gog and Magog, okay, that's gonna force them to fight, okay, because you're gonna have war over there in the Middle East, okay. You can read 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, about the dragons of Arabia, and Joel, the 3rd chapter, people gathering in the valley of Jehoshaphat, okay. But verse 10, going down, it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, it shall also come to pass that at the same time," okay, so while World War III is going down, America's gonna get nuked, okay. There's no other way around it, okay. And they're not gonna have any choice but to fight, because Yahweh Shai is gonna return all those military bases across the world, you know. South American Command, African Command, the European Command, all of those military, you know, factions are gonna have to fight, man. Okay. And it says that at the same time shall things come into thy mind. Okay. It says, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Okay. What's that evil thought? It says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest and dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. All right. So that's an invasion right there. Okay. And the land without walls, meaning that goes into their missile defense. There's no walls in America. America has no defense for what's out there. Okay. ICBMs. Okay. It says, verse 12, to take a spoil and to take a prey, and to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations which have gotten cattle, goods that dwell in the midst of the land. Okay, so this is what you're going to have going on. Okay, now if you go to Isaiah 13, it colors this in, because this is going to go down. All right, if you go down to Isaiah 13, and then verse 12, where it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Why is that going to be going down? Because before the nukes hit, there's going to be a lot of stateside turmoil. Okay, a lot of pandemonium. Okay, panic. You know, Jacob's trouble's going to be going down here, man. Okay, people are going to be fleeing into mountains, or they're going to have to take the charagma to participate. All right, it's going to be bad out here, and that's when you're going to need a man. And at that same time, look what it says. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. All right, and it shall be as the chased roe. Okay, so you're going to be put to flight, spiritually speaking, because all of your comforts are going to be taken away from you. The threat of war is going to be upon you. Fear is going to set in, man. Okay. Fear is going to be like a concrete cinder block, you know, wrapped around your feet, and you're going to be thrown into the water. Okay. It says, they shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. Okay. Why is this going to be going down? Because America is going to get hit, man. Heavy. Okay. It says they shall and flee everyone to his own land. Okay. It says everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Okay. So all of America's military bases is going to be up. It's going to be open season on the American empire. Okay. And the scriptures do speak about those that ate thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Okay. The scriptures speak about thee shall hate the whore. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of switching sides going on, a lot of division in the house of Esau, man. Confusion. Okay? It says their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. This is going to be bad, man, okay? And look what's happening after this. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Who are the Medes? Okay, is it talking about the ancient Medes? No, man. Who took down the Babylonians the first time? It was the Medo-Persian Empire, okay? That's who took down the Babylonians. That's what this means, okay? All right? When it stirs up the Medes, that's the spirit that the Most High put on the Medes and the Persians to begin with to take down Babylon. Because you all of you empires have your appointed times to rule, okay? When the Lord says it's over with, it's over with. Okay? So the Medes here, those are the Russians over there, man. Okay? And those Russian nations, okay? And the people that are with them. Read Ezekiel 38 again at the top to get understanding on that confederation of nations with them, okay? It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it, because the U.S. dollar is not going to have any power anymore. They've already switched to BRICS. Okay, that gold they're going to try to offer them, like they froze all those Russian assets when they started the war in Ukraine. They just froze their assets, man. Like, you can't do that. Okay, you know, you're not really at war with them, but they are at war with them through the spirit. Okay, and they're trying to fight through all of these different proxies, faking like they're democratic or they're they're diplomatic, okay, but really they're just trying to find a deceptive way to wage war and come out looking like the hero. Okay, it says their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb, and their eyes shall not spare children. So after they get hit and the 10th part of the city falls, okay, they're gonna launch more missiles on her. Okay, all right, and that's what it means when they say they're gonna have that evil thought. Okay, because all of these women, they're gonna be in dire straits, man. Kids with no fathers. It's gonna be hell out here, man. You're not gonna be able to have a weak stomach in the times to come, okay? And now you see why even when the prophets were able to get glimpses of this time that we're coming into, okay, even they were fell sick, like, damn, okay? Verse 19, and Babylon, okay, that's the key there, okay? And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, I just realized something. That when Isaiah wrote this was during the time of the Assyrians, around 700 something BC. How did he know that the Medes would be the one to take down the Persians? You got to ask yourself that, man. All right? See, the Lord is cold with it, man. Okay? The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? So that's thermonuclear destruction right there, man. All right? And America is egging it on and egging it on and egging it on, man. All right? Because the Lord has a spirit on them to do that, man. So I'll end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashim Achakwadash Shalom. Kwam Yasharal.